Attorneys for Hunter Biden are requesting a federal investigation into close allies of former President Donald Trump. According to letters obtained by NBC News, Biden's lawyers have asked the Justice Department to investigate Rudy Giuliani and others who they say trafficked stolen information from his laptop. Giuliani has acknowledged having passed on a copy of the computer's hard drive to the New York Post shortly before the 2020 presidential election. The letters to investigators also asked for an investigation into John Paul Mac Isaac, who had said Biden abandoned the water-damaged laptop at his Wilmington, Delaware computer repair store. Hunter Biden attorney Abbe Lowell told NBC News on Wednesday night these letters do not confirm Mac Isaac's or others' versions of a so-called laptop. They address their conduct of seeking, manipulating, and Mr. Biden's personal data wherever they claim to have gotten it. A similar letter was also sent to the Delaware Attorney General's office requesting a probe into the same people. A representative for Giuliani said in a statement to NBC News, which reads in part, raising concerns now after so many years indicates just how devastating the texts and videos from Hunter's laptop truly are.
Really, that's
the requests come as Hunter Biden faces his own tax evasion investigation by the Justice Department and shows a dramatic shift in strategy for the president's son after years of Republican attacks.
Carol, I want to ask you about something else. NBC News has learned that the president's son, Hunter Biden, is now asking authorities to investigate allies of former President Trump, who he says trafficked and stolen information from his personal laptop. What can you explain what he wants?
Yeah, so what the Hunter Biden's lawyers are alleging here is that these individuals, including Rudy Giuliani, former President Trump's lawyer, or used to be lawyer, that they broke a number of federal and state laws. And so the argument that they're making is that this was information and the retrieval of it, the dissemination of it, that was something that broke a number of laws and that these individuals should be held accountable for that. It's worth noting, Lindsay, that this is a more aggressive posture that we've seen from the president's son. Until now, he's largely laid low. He's not pushed back on this. This is a recommendation. These are letters to the Justice Department, to Delaware's Attorney General's office. But this seems to be the beginning of a potentially more aggressive strategy as he comes under investigation, potentially by the House Oversight Committee. All signs point to that. And also just continues to endure attacks from Republicans.
And Kristen, I want to ask you also about President Biden's family, Hunter Biden, and the latest on that, because there's a new legal strategy from Hunter Biden's team.
This is notable. This is a legal strategy headed by his attorney, Abbe Lowell, who's, of course, a veteran when it comes to these sorts of Washington battles, essentially asking the Justice Department and authorities in Delaware, the Delaware Attorney General, to criminally investigate some of former President Trump's allies. You know these names, Andrea: Rudy Giuliani, Steve Bannon, essentially saying that they have gotten hold of information that may have been from Hunter Biden's laptop, and they're trying to criminalize that information. A representative for Giuliani told NBC News about the laptop, quote, that it indicates just how devastating the texts and videos from Hunter's laptop truly are. Steve Bannon was a bit more defiant, Andrea. He said, I thought Biden told us it was all Russian disinformation. What is notable here, though, is the fact that you have Hunter Biden really trying to take this more aggressive stance as he and his team brace for investigations on Capitol Hill. And of course, he's also facing an ongoing federal criminal probe into potential tax violations, which he's denied, Andrea.
And Yamiche, Hunter Biden has been such an easy target for Republicans, for Republican critics, for talk show hosts. How concerned is the White House about this? And how comfortable are they with his more aggressive offense or defense to be more offensive?
It's a great question, and I'm not sure that I have the answer, only because the White House and President Biden have been sort of very much like, this is obviously for the president's son. He's proud of him, but they haven't wanted to delve too deeply into the actual legal issues here. And President Biden in particular has said over and over again he wants the DOJ to be independent. That being said, anyone who has a parent, if you made this step, if Hunter Biden is making this step, presumably he understands that this won't put his father in a difficult position, at least, because he's now saying, I want to be able to defend myself and I want to be able to see this done in a way that seems fair, because Republicans are going to do everything they can to distract and make sure that Hunter Biden is someone on people's minds and on people's lips as they try to find any way to sort of get at Joe Biden. And of course, there's the risk here, because while there might be some there in terms of investigations that are ongoing into Hunter Biden, this is also someone who's a recovering addict. And I think that resonates, frankly, for a lot of Americans who see themselves or their loved ones in Hunter Biden's challenges.